I turn around and you're there, but ooh, and my blues got me weeping. I find you keeping my heart company, and yet I forget all about you. I'm cool without you. What a fool I can be. What a fool I can be. And when I'm old and tired and slow and scared of dying, still I know I'll turn around and I'll see you are always there. Always there. You are always there in me.
Join with me in consciousness as we spend the next 15 minutes together in meditation. Allow the words that I speak to be the words of your own heart. Relax and breathe into the moment, and know that you are safe. Wake up and live. Set your sights high. The higher, the better. Expect the most wonderful things to happen, not in the future, but right now. Realize that nothing is too good. Allow absolutely nothing to hamper you or hold you up in any way. It is all available for you right now. Be enthusiastic about life. It is a wonderful life. Make it so by your enthusiasm. So I will continue speaking in the first person. As I breathe and relax into this moment, I recognize there is only one divine essence that permeates all things seen and unseen. It is the field of pure potentiality. Some call it God, the universe, all that is. Join with me for the next 15 minutes. Today I choose to wake up and live. Today I set my sights high, higher than ever before. I expect the most wonderful things to happen. Right now, not in the future, right now. I realize that nothing is too good. I allow absolutely nothing to hamper me or hold me up in any way. I know I am a free agent in the universe. I am enthusiastic about life. It is a wonderful life. I make it so by my enthusiasm. I learn to be very clear and definite about what I desire in life. I choose to be clear and definite. I can do all things. I can be all things. When I have faith and trust in my connection to Spirit, all things are possible for me. I have confidence in my ability to do all things, because I am drawing from the substance that is God. God is all of me. God is my all and all. Today I stride forward with a firm, steady step, knowing with a deep, certain inner knowing that I reach every goal I set for myself. I see it happening every day. I achieve every aim. I start doing this today. I choose to do it today. Procrastination is for others, not for me. I get things done. I choose to be clear rather than vague. I choose to know rather than hope. I know that today change occurs because I choose to allow it. I know everything falls into place for me. I choose to live a full and glorious life. There's nothing vague about my intentions. So in this moment, I take positive action. I start the wheels turning. I know that once I do my part and set my intention, that I receive help, all the help I need. That's when it begins, when I choose. I know that Spirit helps me through me. Today I choose. Something is happening because I am taking action. I am ready to soar to greater heights. My heart is filled with praise and thanksgiving. But like a tiny bird, I have to take off from the ground. I have to make that special effort. It is easy for me, for I have everything I need. It is a joyous, light-hearted effort. It is a graceful effort. And as I lift off the ground, like that little bird, I can go as high as I choose in complete freedom. I choose to take action to change my life today. When I have a desire, I know I can achieve it. I know it already exists in the mind of God. I choose to allow it in. I hear the universe say yes to me, and I say yes to it. I know everything is possible with God. The takeoff of an airplane from the ground demands a special boost of power. When I go within, I receive my special boost of power, and I am on my way. There is no greater power than the power of spirit, and I am always connected. It is available to me at any time. It is always available to me. Today I choose to draw from it. I am ready, and I know how to use it correctly. It is always unfolding for my highest and best. And I am ready now. I am surrounded by beauty everywhere. I open my eyes and see it, and give constant thanks for it. I allow these things of beauty to transform me and inspire me, always transforming me to my highest and best. Beauty draws the very best out of me and unites me with spirit. The beauty that is within me goes beyond just me. It is everywhere present all the time. Beauty is spirit. I allow the beauty that is me to shine forth. I fill my heart and my mind with beautiful thoughts, for I am beauty. Today I choose to look for the beautiful things all around me. I choose to see beauty in everything. And when I look deep enough and long enough, I see it in me as well. I rise above the illusions of life, and through my eyes looking for beauty, I am able to transform all the illusions. I know that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I know it is also deep within me. I go forth this day determined to see beauty in everyone and everything. It's unfolding for me now. Love and beauty go hand in hand. I let the universal love flow in and through every aspect of my being. I feel it bringing unity and oneness to all my experiences, to all my thoughts. As I open my heart, the love keeps flowing. And the more I love, the more there is to love. I know the words "love one another," and I know it begins with me. I know, despite appearances, everyone is one with God. Today I know this to be the truth, and I see through the eyes of love. Universal love flows freely. It does not pick and choose who is going to be loved. Everyone is loved, for everyone is love. Universal love is the same for everyone. It is within me, and within everyone else as well. I am filled to the brim with this wondrous love. Today I choose to be aware of the love that I am. I choose to be aware of the friendly universe that I live in. I choose to recognize how I am fully supported by this love. Today I open up and I accept my love. I accept that I am loved by the universe. I choose to be open and expressive of this love and compassion. It is beyond my personality. It is the highest and best of me. Divine love is not possessive or stifling. It is open and expansive. Today I am open and expansive. Today I am open to demonstrate my love to everyone I meet. I know that love is the greatest uniting factor in the universe. So today I choose to love, love, love. So it is in this moment that I raise my consciousness to the true awareness and understanding that I am one with all that is. I am so grateful for this knowledge, so grateful for this allowing, and so thankful for my life. And it is with an open, humble heart that I release the how to the universe. And so it is.
is a flower, let it bloom in the sunshine of God's love. Every thought is a prayer, every prayer is a flower, let it bloom in the sunshine of God's love. Every thought is a prayer, every prayer is a flower, let it bloom in the sunshine of God's love. In the sunshine, every thought is a prayer, every thought is a prayer, is a flower, let it bloom in the sunshine of God's love. Every thought is a prayer, every prayer is a flower, let it bloom in the sunshine of God's love. How many times have I prayed for an answer when I didn't know the question? How many ways have I turned away from your word? How long have I been waiting in the water when I didn't even know I was wet? How long have you been talking to me and I never heard? But now I'm ready to receive your love. I am ready to receive your love. Let your love rain down on me. I am ready to receive it, ready to believe it, ready to receive your love. I am ready to receive your love. Let your love rain down on me. I am ready to receive. Why did I try so hard to give you what you never said you needed? What was I trying to prove to myself, or the world, or to you? When was I planning on saying enough is enough of my stuff? How long have you been loving me? And I never knew. But now I'm ready to receive your love. I'm ready to receive your love. Let your love rain down on me. I am ready to receive it, ready to believe it, ready to receive your love. I am ready to receive your love. Let your love rain down on me. I am ready to receive. When I think of all the times I shook my fist at the sky, it makes me wanna laugh, but it makes me wanna cry. Had to be a reason, can't someone tell me why? No, wait, I don't need to know. 'Cause now I'm ready to receive your love. I am ready to receive your love. Let your love rain down on me. I am ready to receive it, ready to believe it, ready to receive your and it comes out right. Let God do the work. Let God do the work. Let God do the work, and it comes out right. Let God do the work. Let God do the work. Let God do the work, and it comes out right. Every time I let God do the work, I let God do the work. I let God do the work, and it comes out right. I let God sing the song. I let God sing the song. I let God sing the song, and it comes out right. Hey, I let God sing the song. I let God sing the song. I let God sing the song, and it comes out right. I let God speak the word. I let God speak the word. I let God speak the word, and it comes out right. Yeah, yeah. I let God speak the word. I let God speak the word. I let God speak the word, and it comes out right. I let God do the work. I let God do the work. I let God do the work, and it comes out right. I let God do the work. I let God do the work. I let God do the work, and it comes out right. I let God do the work, and it comes out right.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Reverend Anna Hokangas, and it's my delight to be here with Emilio Zaras as we are about to bring you another wonderful love stream from Unity here in Hamilton. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's begin this Father's Day, and to all you fathers out there and all of us who have fathers and who had fathers, happy Father's Day. So today's theme song, I Am the Thinker That Thinks the Thoughts.
I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. Say it with me. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. If you ask me who am I am wisdom, I am light. I am more than meets the eye. I cannot be defined. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. If you ask me what am I am beauty, I am joy, I am more than meets the eye. I cannot be defined. I am the thinker, the thinker who just think. I have the power to change my life. Woo! We gotta work with it, right? I can choose to be the light and brighten someone's darkest night. I'm so much more than meets the eye. I cannot be defined. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. One more time, sing it. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. I have the power to change my life. I have the power to change my life.
And one of my favorite songs, Holy, Holy Way. And Gertie, if you're there, I hope you'll enjoy it.
Hi, Gertie. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me learn from all the ways I fall. Let me learn from all the ways I fall. Oh, let me know that love can heal us all. Let me know that love can heal us all. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me know that love is all around. Let me know that love is all around. Oh, let me share the good that overflows. Let me share the good that overflows. Oh, let my stance rebuild a path of peace. Let my stance rebuild a path of peace. Oh, let me talk each day a little kinder. Let me talk each day a little kinder. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Let me live in a holy, holy way.
And blessings to the world, Karen Drucker.
You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth. And who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth. And who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth. And who we are and all we do is a blessing to the world. Sing it with me. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth. And who we are and all we do is a blessing to the world. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth. And who I am and all I do is a blessing to the world. One more time. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth. And who I am and all I do is a blessing to the world. I'm a blessing to the world. I'm a blessing to the world. And who I am and all I do is a blessing to the world. I'm a blessing to the world. I'm a blessing to the world.
And join with me in consciousness, in this place of knowing that each and every one of us is a blessing to the world. Each and every one of us is a gift to the world. Because God is all there is, and God is all good. And God is within me and within you. And as I focus on this opening intention, I focus on opening up my heart. And the words I heard this week were unconditional positive regard for absolutely everyone and everything in the world. And so today my heart is open. It's open to receive everything I need to know, everything to guide me, everything to comfort and support me is available to me right here, right now. I feel so blessed, not only that I am a blessing, but that the world is a blessing, that life is a blessing, and that every activity is a blessing. So I let go and I let it be so. Please join with me in affirming, and so it is. Today's daily word is Father's blessing. I give thanks for all expressions of fatherly love. My relationship with my father may have been positive and nurturing, or difficult and challenging. He may have been a strong presence during my childhood, or he may have been absent. We may be part of each other's lives today. We may be estranged, or he may have passed from earthly life. Whatever our circumstances, I bless my Father, and I see him enfolded in divine love. As I honor my Father, I also honor all the father figures who have helped guide me along my way. Family members, teachers, neighbors, clergy, employers, and friends. I bless them as I recall all the ways each one, in a unique way, has modeled strength, guidance, wisdom, and patience. Their presence remains with me thanks to their gifts of fatherly love. I have taught you the way of wisdom. I have led you in the paths of uprightness. Proverbs 4:11. And our theme for this year is perfect vision, seeing through a spiritual lens. And it's been really good to have it as a reminder as different things are happening in the world. How can I see through the eyes of love? How can I see through the eyes of compassion? How can I see through a spiritual lens? And our community vision this year has been inspiring spiritual community. And I hope that that's what we're able to do every Sunday with you. And every time that you look at our videos on YouTube, that we're inspiring the spirituality within you and creating a community that extends far beyond our own borders, the walls of this room perhaps, the city that this broadcast happens to come from. I hope that we are, and I know on some level, that we are inspiring community, spiritual community. So welcome. So we're going to have a wonderful opportunity to listen to Dr. Margo Mckinnon. She was here last year in September, and I've met her a couple of times. She's written this book called The Dominance Theory, and she actually did a doctorate in it. And it's basically on the idea that we have 5 aspects of ourselves, and that when we start to understand those dimensions, we can see where our strengths and our weaknesses are, and that we can help to balance our lives, bring more harmony, and also to understand why and how certain people are the way that they are because of one or many of the dimensions of their spiritual self. And we do have books here at the center. You can send us an email. There's information for that at the end of the video. Send us an email and we will get a book to you. They're $25 each. And so here, let's welcome Dr. Margo Mckinnon.
Good morning, everyone in Hamilton. It's such a pleasure to see you today here on Zoom. Ordinarily, I would be on my road trip traveling across Canada and stopping in and having a face-to-face with you and having a really lovely time and meeting all of you one-on-one. But today, you know, things are different and we're going with that, and we're going to see how we can make the new technology work. And here we are. I have to say thank you so much to Brenda and Anne for inviting me to speak. I'm always so excited to speak at Unity Centers across Canada because the philosophies are such a fit for what I believe in life. And I think the model I'm going to share with you today is something that that really fits with Unity's philosophy. So I hope everybody's doing well with COVID. Hopefully things are opening up a little bit in Hamilton. I'm in Calgary. We're down to about 400 cases in Calgary today, or in Alberta today. And I'm doing my bit. I'm hand washing, I'm staying put, I'm converting everything over into Zoom. And in some ways, it's been actually very healthy for me. It's pushed me to actually elevate my skills, which with our talk today, which is Be More by Morning, I needed to elevate my skills also. And so some of you may remember me from last year when I was there in September and I was talking about my book. Now I have a PowerPoint because I love to have slides that I like to take to show you some of the impressions I get from my model. So here we go. I'm going to just get my share screen on. And here we are, play from start. Here we go. Be More by Morning with Margo Mckinnon. And we're going to talk about my model. And I introduced it to you last year. And this is my book, which is also right here, my book. And many of you bought this last year, so you're familiar with it. This time it's really thinking about how things have changed for you since you got this model, but also introducing it to people who have not had a chance to hear it before. And so what I'm going to do is, the way I framed this up for you today is, what I've come to realize even since last September is that this 5 dimensions of self, this model that I'm going to show you today, the body, mind, spirit, soul, oneness, dominance theory, it's turning out to be a really fantastic lens. Like if you looked through the 5 dimensions of self at your life, look at how you've organized up your family, how your business, your career. We can even look at Hamilton Spiritual Center and how can we even get the center to be more by morning by using the 5 dimensions of self. And I'm going to show you how to use it as a lens for your life and in all other places as well. Since I saw you last, for example, I was asked to co-present at a social work conference where we were going to use the 5 dimensions of self in order to help social workers elevate children out of poverty. How would we do that? I was asked for this spring to create a toolkit for a group that does anti-racism in schools. And we're looking at racism through the 5 dimensions. Sometimes it gets fixed on the body dimension, but there are so many other ways that racism can manifest itself and the blocks to education that children might experience. But with the 5 dimensions, it gives them the tools to start articulating where they feel blocked in their own lives. And I'm going to show you that in an effort to work on the concept of be more by morning. Now, somebody said to me recently, but Margo, I want to know that I'm enough. Well, yes, of course, we're all enough. But I'm a person who wants to be more. I want to continuously elevate my life. I want to continuously seek out other opportunities to grow my 5 dimensions of self. My dad turned 90 this year. He's in Ottawa. And he wrote his memoir and gave it to us for Christmas. And he has a fascinating story to tell. He wanted to make sure we really knew him because he's 90. Make sure we really knew him. And this was his way. It's such a beautiful story. I was crying and laughing at the same time. So he's at 90 and he's constantly looking at how to elevate himself. So this is where I'm coming from with this. Of course, we're all enough. But let's have a look at this model. What are the 5 dimensions? We have the body dimension, which is our physical, and that can take into account your physical form, but it can take how you keep your home, your car, anything that's physical and tangible in your life. The mind is your logical, rational self. Your spirit, which I used to think the spirit and the soul were the same thing, but by separating them into 2 different dimensions of self, I think we can actually dig a little deeper into who we are. Our spirit dimension, so if you imagine that your spirit came from absolute unconditional love from the spirit dimension, it came in and it came down to be human, and it will go back into unconditional love when you pass. So your spirit is your real self. It's your connection to the unconditional love that's waiting for you when you return to the other side from where you came. It's your supernatural or your spiritual side of life. Your soul, this is why I like distinguishing them. Your soul is your purpose in life. Why am I here? How can I serve? What's the meaning of my life? And oneness is your sense of connection and belonging. So for example, if you feel lonely, then your oneness dimension is low. Then you need to do oneness activities to get boost your oneness. It's the same with your body. If your body is feeling weak and out of shape, and maybe through COVID, which I know I did because I learned how to make scones, got a little pudgy. Well, now my body's low, so I need to get back in there and tone up my body a little bit. So each one of them, you can see how moving from one to the other really helps us understand and navigate our life more easily. So if we were looking at What I'm saying in my book is that you're born dominant in one of your dimensions and you grow the other ones over time. So, for example, a body dominant person is really exceptional at hair, makeup, nails, fashion, decorating, wine pairings, competitive sports. Mind dominants are really great at creating systems, organization, logical, rational thinking. Spirit dominants value unconditional love more than anything else. They're the peacemakers here. But it's also their passions. I mean, we came down to earth to have a human experience. Have you actually created the life that your spirit came here to live? That's one of my big burning questions in my life. It's my guiding principle. Your soul, your purpose. I did a soul dimension workshop last night, and it was so interesting to see how, you know, we can look at our purpose, and I find people my age, and they're coming up to retirement, and maybe their career wasn't their purpose in life. They did it because they were in the mind zone, and it made sense because they were good at it and it earned enough money, but it was never really their passion, their spirit's passions, nor was it their soul purpose. And they're coming now to my workshop saying, how do I open up my soul dimension? I really want to open that up because I want more meaning and significance. You know how you have, like, I have this, like, I used to, but now I've been working on it, but the idea that there's just something inside of you that's just yearning to come out, it's yearning to be expressed. And quite often that's your spirit or your soul. And your oneness dominant people, they value connections, belonging. They're great at creating teams and nurturing. So what I want you to take a minute now. I'm going to just wait for a second. I want you to take a minute, and I want you to think about, how would you say yours rank from highest to lowest, or from weakest to your strengths? And I'll give you an example. I'll order mine for you. My strongest is spirit dominant. So I'm a spirit dominant. My next is soul. I used to have a very low oneness, but I've been working on it. So I'd go spirit, soul, from strongest to weakest. Spirit, soul, oneness, body, mind. Because I struggle with creating systems and organization and all of that. So take a minute here and look at this and say, where are my strengths in all of this? Now, when I talked about how we can use the 5 dimensions of self to put over as a lens to different parts of our life, I'm going to show you a few examples. I sold a book to this museum designer, and he had an English accent. So he said, oh, quickly, I need a book. I'm heading to the airport. I have to go to Heathrow. And I found out he lived in England, and he was a museum designer. And quite a famous one, because he did the Ashmolean Museum in Oxford when I was there doing my PhD. And it was all under wraps, I remember, when I was there. So it was a huge project, and it was the most beautiful museum. It would take you days and days to go through it. But he bought my book, and a few months later, he sent me this email, and he said, can I order up books for my whole team? Because I realize now that the 5 dimensions works as a design tool. So he said, think about it. Let's look at the body structure of the design. What is it going to look? How are we going to make it beautiful? Then a museum is a teaching instrument. So how are we going to create the systems and create the learning tools in there for people who coming through and going through the museum? How are we going to make each of the exhibits show its real self, its passion? How are we going to make sure everything we do is with intention? and make sure that each exhibit shows its purpose, its meaning and significance. But he said oneness was actually the one he was most intrigued by. And he said, because I had never thought about in design to think about how do we make sure that a museum is a space where people can build connections, where they can feel that they belong and they can feel nurtured. So he said, as a design tool, this really works beautifully. I do this with 5 dimensions with teachers to make sure that they know how to teach each of the different types of people, but also how do you create a lesson around like making sure that your classroom looks beautiful, that your lesson has a system to it, it's rational, you've got your accountability tools in place, that you are showing your passion for the subject matter you're teaching, that it has a purpose. And how do you create oneness and belonging with all the students in the classroom instead of, imagining them all in a row where they all worked individually, but how do you create connection and belonging? And so for Hamilton Spiritual Center, it would be interesting to have a look at how would you even grow your community using the 5 dimensions, and you probably already do this, but I'm just saying it's a nice lens to look at things. Looking at the space, I was there last year, lovely, beautiful space that you're in. How can you create, just looking at the space, are you happy with that? How can you, and I've noticed your website looks gorgeous, we're on Zoom, all of that is working. So you've got some very good system in place, but it's always a point of trying to elevate. Where can we do more in that area? How can we make sure that everybody that walks through the door feels unconditional love? How can we make sure that there's a purpose to everything that we do? And how can we even further, especially with COVID, and we're all at home Zooming into our sessions here, and how can we continuously create oneness in the format of our Sunday services? And individually, you want to look at yourself and say, okay, I tend to be strong in the spirit and the soul, my body dominant, so I always have to make sure I go for a run, do my hair, get my lipstick on. My mind dimension is my lowest, but I know that, and I always have to go and double check everything I do. And so this is a really, really easy system to look at and say, where do I want to go next? And you can think about it in another way. In which of your dimensions do you invest the most of your time and energy? I gave a talk last week at the Ottawa Unity Center, and I had also last year spoken to them for the first time about my book. And this woman came, we had a chat afterward because it was a live session, and she said, here's what happened to me. I read your book and I realized I'm body dominant, and I invest so much time in making sure my house is perfect, my hair is perfect, I'm working out, my food is perfect. I spend so much time in that dimension, it left me little time for other dimensions. And she said, I just decided I'm going to give up I'm going to just start being body competent. So I consider myself body competent, but not body dominant. And she said, in thinking about being more by morning, I gave up doing some of those things that I thought were so important in life. And now I actually feel more, even though I'm doing less. So by freeing up one dimension, you can move along and work on other dimensions. And other people like me, I spend so much time in my soul dimension, my purpose, workshops, speaking, writing, and I have to stop sometimes and just say to myself, Margo, that's enough. You need to invest in your spirit and your oneness. And tomorrow I'm taking the whole day off because I'm going on a hike with my daughter tomorrow. So that achieves oneness with my daughter, and it achieves something that I love to do, that my spirit loves to do. So we're going to do that. So you can work your way through the model, all the way through, and see where am I investing so much time at the expense of others, other dimensions of myself. So I really want you to contemplate that. And if you want to send me an email, I'll have my contact details at the end. Send me an email about how this resonates with you, because I love to hear from everybody. Now, in being more by morning, here's the problem. If we spend a disproportionate amount of time in and energy and anxiety and different dimensions of ourselves, what does that look like? In the body dimension, overdoing. So perfecting everything, as I said, the woman last week who said, I spent too much time in there. But if we look over there at the mind, if you are really into systems and making sure everything's organized and labeled, what you might end up doing when you're stressed out is micromanaging everyone into your system and feeling frustrated because they won't go into your system. And you may even, if you don't say it out loud, you might be thinking, I work with a bunch of idiots here. And I'm not a mind dominant person, but whenever I say the idiot, I usually get people laughing in the crowd because they recognize themselves and they say, I do that. I actually objectify people, forgetting that they have feelings. And last year I ran into a surgeon. He was at a surgical conference, and he said, oh, so what do you do? And of course, at first I was thinking, I think I see woo-woo going across his eyes because he was a mind-dominant surgeon. I could tell by looking at him. And anyway, he said, really? Then after he really listened, so he was really good, like a healthy mind-dominant where he actually was open-minded. He wasn't micromanaging, but he was open-minded. He was listening, and he said, you know what? This really helps me when I'm training surgeons, because I have some soul dominant where surgery is their calling in life, but I'm micromanaging them from a very brusque, kind of emotionless way. He said, I need to be able to mirror back to them that this is a soul calling to be a surgeon. And I need to mirror back to them that when we go out and talk to the patients' families, we need to create oneness so that they feel that they're part of the team in getting this patient back into wellness. So it's really good to really be honest about where do you think you might be sabotaging yourself in your life. Spirit dominance, which is me, and probably many of you out there, they avoid conflict. And so if there's lots of noise, lots of kind of arguing, bantering back and forth, they can feel themselves turning invisible, and they might become shy. When things get very stressful, they want to stay in their kind of imaginary spiritual world. And this might actually look like puttering. And sorry, I have Microsoft Update coming on there. So they'll want to stay in their imaginary world. And this looks like puttering or sleeping or reading, but they get saturated by the human experience every day. And they just want to retreat to this soft, cozy, peaceful world. And unfortunately, some of them just want to go home. Well, 2 years ago, I was presenting at a spiritual center in Peterborough. And there was a man in the front row, and he was dressed all in black. He had lots of tattoos. It looked like his face had been in a few fights, and he had real rough looking clothes on. But he was at a spiritual center, so he was seeking. And I was saying that spirit dominant boys tend to struggle because they're kind of shy. They have a real vibrant imaginary world. They value unconditional love. And what they end up doing is they create a rougher exterior on the outside to push people away so they can't get in close to realize that they're actually really kind, gentle people. And afterward, he said to me, you know what, you just talked about everything that's going on inside me. Last year, when I was doing my tour, after I saw your community, I went back to Peterborough to run a workshop, and he was there, and his hair was back to normal. He had slim-fitting clothes on. He didn't look nearly as scary. You know, I looked and I thought, vaguely, you look familiar, and sure enough, it was him. And he said, no, Margo, you changed my life. In the last year, I have realized that I don't have to put on this tough exterior anymore. If I become thoroughly myself, I'm going to enjoy my life better. And then a month ago, he sent me the story of his life. And so we're thinking we should do a workshop together where we encourage people to write the story of their life and their whole spiritual journey. So this is an example of somebody who said, you know what, I'm doing those sabotaging behaviors, and I'll never be more in my life if I keep running away, and if I keep avoiding conflict, and if I keep being invisible. And he is now rocking and rolling in his life. So I'm really hoping that some of you are listening today, and you can see some of your sabotaging behaviors so that you can actually elevate your life. Soul dominants tend to lose sight of the fun of being human, and they're working all the time, and they just might get to the end of their life saying, gee, I really never made connections with my kids, or I lost my marriage because I was so focused on this one purpose. So have a look out for that. And oneness dominants tend to worry about problems elsewhere in the world that they have no control over. So I was speaking at teachers' convention. A teacher came up to me and said, well, don't you worry about the children who can't read or write in such and such a village in Africa? And I said, well, actually, no, I don't, because, well, first of all, I'm not oneness dominant, and my oneness was on the low side, but I've elevated it. But I believe that the people who are soul dominant, where that is their purpose to teach literacy skills in different communities, that they'll take care of it. And I think about myself as I have my lane, which is my soul purpose, which is teaching, trying to create brave, like safe spaces for people to look at their spirituality and their spiritual experience, because there are a lot of unsafe places. And I know Unity Church is a lovely place to go to in order to really have a look at your spiritual life. And that's why I love talking to Unity churches all across, I should say Unity centers all across the country.
And that's the end of Margo's talk. She actually went on for another 10 minutes, and we didn't have time to include that part. She leaves you wanting more, doesn't she? She actually puts us in a position where I have more questions than I have answers at the moment. And as I'm looking at these different aspects of myself, I have to say that I'm certainly soul dominant, secondary is spirit, body is third, oneness is fourth, and mind is fifth. And in her book, she gives you a little exercise that you can do to discover where you are predominantly. So we have a couple of minutes here where I thought Emilio and I could chat a little bit about what came up for each of us in this. So what came up for you?
Well, hello. Can you hear me? We tried. Hello.
Yep.
Oh, it's this one. Okay. Hello. Hello.
So, technical difficulties. We can probably hear you through my microphone if you want.
Okay. All right. Well, whatever.
Do you want to go and have a look? I'll just keep talking.
Okay.
Okay. So I know that you've been wondering, and initially when I looked at this, I thought, well, I'm probably body dominant from the standpoint that I was in the beauty industry for 40 plus years, and I thought it was really important. And the people that came to me that actually were willing to book 6 months in advance were probably body dominant people as well. And it's interesting that Margo posed the question about your business or your life, or let's say the Unity Spiritual Center, and how might we make this an even more harmonizing experience for people who come, especially when we're doing it online. I know that I had a few ideas myself. So what came up for you? Maybe you can put it in the chat today about where you feel that you are in terms of your number one dimension and perhaps the weakest dimension that you have, just for our curiosity's sake. It gives us an opportunity to interact with you in a way that's maybe not in real time, but we get to hear about it. So
Okay, good.
So here we go. So Emilio.
Hello again. Hello, everyone.
So
Yes.
what came up for you? What do you think is your
I
dominant?
used to be spirit dominant, I believe, and then soul. I've transitioned to being a soul dominant because a lot of my time has been invested in service, singing. I love singing. Can you tell? And this is I've been singing a lot, and I focused myself on my time and my effort, and a lot of it was on my sole purpose of singing, and I love it. I'm grateful. But I also recognize that I have my weakest would be mind as well.
Okay.
Yeah, and I certainly, to get me grounded on all of this, it's the oneness.
Yes.
Yeah, that's another strength, I believe. But that's sort of the middle. Yeah, because I believe it's soul, spirit, oneness, body, and then mind.
Okay. So had you ever heard of this kind of a concept before? Is this the first time for you?
This is, there are other systems, other ways of, other lenses to look at life, and there's different, but this is certainly the one, the five. Yes, it's new. It's new for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like her approach, and I hope she's able to come back every year and give us the newest version of what it is that she has discovered, and perhaps even come and do a workshop for us. I really appreciate what she brings to the world, and I have to tell you that in this time when we're not able to connect personally, these really are aspects of ourselves to look at, and I'm sure that as you have gone through getting used to this isolation, this bunkering down at home, that you really have found certain areas where you are weaker and where you are stronger, and what you're craving for, and what you're so happy not having to do because you've forced yourself to do that. I know Emilio and I had the discussion as he came in today. I said, are you as busy as you were before? Because now that we're in phase 2 in Ontario, everything has opened up. And when we first collaborated to have him sing for us, he was working 7 days a week and multiple performances per day, and was really, really busy. And it was really quite a question in his mind as to would he have time to not only perform here, but to drive here and drive back. And then, of course, this new situation with COVID happened. And so I asked him this morning, and perhaps you can share with everybody, now that you've had time to just catch your breath and sleep a little bit and not be quite so busy, what parts of that life are you going to recreate because you loved it, and what parts do you think you might let go of?
Well, it's a matter of balancing my life, I suppose. I think to be more, I guess I recognize that I have to invest time in the other aspects of my life as well. And but I really enjoyed what I was doing. I kind of like all of the opportunities that I've been given to do that, and I was balancing it with my body and my by doing exercises. I have to be healthy in order to do it, so I was doing hot yoga every day as well.
Good for you.
Yeah. That hasn't happened. Can you tell? I think. I
No,
don't
you
know.
look fabulous.
Well, thank you. But it's all good. It's. I think part of it is accepting everything as a blessing, and I have choices to make, with one step at a time, one breath at a time, and I didn't mind having all of those opportunities come my way, and I'm grateful that I was able to fulfill them. I was able to do a great job doing it, and seeing there's so much blessings from doing what I love, the service that I do, seeing the people happy, and so I'd have no regrets.
Mm-hmm.
I have no regrets in everything that has come before. And if I do want more balance, perhaps I would, lessen the workload and devote more of my time to others. But right now, I don't mind.
You're probably craving it.
I do. I want it back. I love my work. Yeah, because it's a soul thing. It's also an outlet for me. Like my service is an outlet. It's my soul expression. And so it fulfills a lot of aspects of myself that I'm just grateful that I'm able to do what I love doing, and the more I do it, I think the better. But there are times when I want to also be with my family and my friends, and have more of that as well.
And have more energy to be able to do that too. Eh?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, it's interesting. It has been an introspective time for all of us, I think. And if it hasn't, then that introspection will start when life starts to be back to normal, whatever that new normal is. And you'll look back at this 3 months or 4 months that you were quieter, that you were not visiting as much, you weren't as busy with work, and wishing that you had some of that freedom, expansion, more time to do whatever it is that you're doing in this, I'll call it quieter time, if it happens to be quiet in your home. And so let's move on now to our next song, which is a song that was written for Emilio by Harry Lewis, called Now.
Yes. Hi, Harry. Now it is dawn, I am where I belong. I am healed, I am whole, I am waking. Now I can see, I can get all I need. It is here within me for the taking. Now I unfold and I feel in my soul I am free, I am whole, I am making every day. I was lost and alone like a leaf on the ocean, tossed here and there, feeling fear and despair, mixed emotions. Then I woke up one day, I decided to pray. I stopped running away. Now I believe I can give and receive endless love, endless peace, endless pleasure. Now cannot measure every day. This I vow here and now. I am love. I am life. I
Magnificent. He must know you very well. And before we do Swing Wide the Doors with Daniel Namod, I'd like for you to just think about your prosperity and abundance. And know that this that we offer you every Sunday is free to you. It's not always and isn't free to make. And so please send us a donation if this has moved your heart, for we really appreciate it. So join with me, or let's say after me, because we don't have the words on the screen. The infinite mind of God fills my consciousness with absolutely everything I need, with absolutely every right idea to move forward in my life, in health, prosperity, abundance, love, peace, and all the good things. And it is perfect right here and now. With a grateful heart, I let go. And so it is. And now swing wide the doors with Daniel Namod.
Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Here we go now. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. I'm not holding it in anymore. I'm gonna shout it out loud. I understand now what I'm here for and what this life is about. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand, about lending a hand. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. There's a voice that I've heard for years. I've learned to keep it inside. Well, now it's coming in loud and clear. I want a deeper life. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand, about lending a hand. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine.
So as we go breathlessly into closing prayer, please take a moment now and just bring into your awareness all of the things that you would like to have included in this prayer. All of the people, the circumstances, the things that you're wishing to be able to forgive, the things that you're wishing to draw to you. And know that affirmative prayer, or prayer treatment as we call it at Unity, is basically beginning with knowing that there is one power, one presence, one absolute divine essence that permeates all things seen and unseen. And when you truly can connect with this oneness, with this absolute joy and peace and love and support that is the universe, that there is a peace that is beyond understanding, because you know that everything is okay. And if it's not okay, it's still unfolding. And to be able to focus on that place. And so join with me in consciousness, and also let's say this closing prayer together. The infinite mind of God fills my consciousness with all I need to live a full and happy life. I follow the guidance. I am peaceful. I release all fear. I am living love. And so it is. And our final song, God Makes Me Want to Sing. And I hope you sing.
And dance. Woo! Sing and dance. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. Makes me feel so good, I can do most anything. I am loving every living thing. I can see the face of God in paupers and kings. We're all precious, no one less or more. We've got all the same treasures in store. I am loving every living thing. Sing it with me, here we go. I can't help it, God makes me want to sing. I can't help it, God makes me want to sing. Makes me feel so good, I can do most anything. I'm believing in my guiding light. No matter what comes, it always turns out right. I just dig right down to how I feel, then take a brief breath and grab the wheel. I'm believing in my guiding light. Woo! Sing it. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. Makes me feel so good. I can do most anything. Take it away, Mr. Guitar Man. Air guitar. Time to dance, everybody. I am rising to a higher place, with the wind to my back and a smile upon my face. I'm living my dream a little more each day, and keep getting easier to find my way. I am rising to a higher place. Sing it one more time. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. It makes me feel so good. I can do most anything. One more time, here we go. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. Makes me feel so good. I can do most anything. All right, we're gonna keep on going. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. Woo! Let it go. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. It makes me feel so good. I can do most anything. All right, we're gonna let the guitar man play again. Woo! Are you dancing? All right, let's sing the chorus again. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. It makes me feel so good. I can do most anything. Let's take it home. Here we go one more time. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. It makes me feel so good. I can do most anything. Woo-hoo. Thank you, God.
See, we don't even have to go to the gym. We can just dance and sing and feel so good. So thank you, everyone, and I hope you enjoyed this week. I hope you enjoyed Dr. Margo. And stay on the line if you'd like. We'll give you information on how you can send us donations. Thank you again, and see you next week.